Welcome to Public Account, where real-life nightmares come alive. Prepare to be haunted by chilling tales of the unknown, drawn from actual events. Lights off, volume up, and remember, these horrors are closer than you think. Subscribe, if you dare.
The Brown Mountain Lights of North Carolina, ongoing sightings, earliest reports from the early 1900s. In the heart of North Carolina, atop the undulating terrains of the Appalachian Range, stands Brown Mountain, a seemingly ordinary peak shrouded in extraordinary mystery. For well over a century, this mountain and its environs have been the stage for one of America's most enduring enigmas, the Brown Mountain Lights. Their flickering dance, intermittently illuminating the night sky, has bewildered countless onlookers and inspired a plethora of theories, each as fascinating as the phenomenon itself. The Brown Mountain Lights are no mere flights of fancy or local legend, limited to whispered tales around campfires. Their existence is well documented, with numerous sightings chronicled in newspapers, books, and even modern media. Spanning the spectrum from fleeting glimmers to radiant beams, these lights emerge with no discernible pattern, casting their glow on and around the mountain. To the uninitiated, these displays could be dismissed as mere atmospheric quirks, or perhaps the reflections of far-off man-made lights. However, the sheer persistence of these sightings, spanning generations, and their unpredictable nature has lent a mystique to Brown Mountain that few locations can claim. Over time, myriad theories have surfaced in attempts to demystify the lights. One particularly poignant lore links the lights to the spirits of Native Americans. As the tale goes, long ago, a great battle was fought in the region, resulting in many casualties. The grieving widows and mothers would climb the mountain every night, holding torches, searching for their fallen loved ones. It's said that the lights we see today are the torches of these restless spirits, continuing their eternal search. While this haunting explanation tugs at the heartstrings, others have sought explanations that are more out of this world. The mid-20th century brought with it an intense interest in extraterrestrial beings, and some speculated that the lights were indicators of alien activity. Perhaps Brown Mountain was a beacon for otherworldly visitors, or maybe even a portal to another realm. Although no concrete evidence has ever substantiated this theory, the idea of extraterrestrial connections adds a layer of cosmic wonder to the phenomenon. Of course, in any discussion of unexplained phenomena, science often endeavors to shed light on the inexplicable. Some geologists and naturalists believe the answer lies in the very Earth itself. The region's unique geological composition, rich in quartz and feldspar, might generate electrical charges under certain conditions, producing glowing plasmas when they're discharged. However, even this grounded theory does not explain the varied movements and behaviors of the lights that many witnesses have reported. The Brown Mountain Lights have become so ingrained in popular culture that they've even found their way into the realm of primetime television. In an episode of the iconic series The X-Files, the lights are showcased, further cementing their place in the annals of American mysteries. This episode only added to the mountain's allure, drawing in both believers and skeptics alike. Regardless of one's beliefs or theories about their origins, the Brown Mountain Lights undeniably serve as a magnetic force, drawing visitors from far and wide. Over the decades, numerous vantage points have been identified from which the lights can be best observed. These points often see gatherings of hopeful onlookers, binoculars in hand, waiting for the unpredictable spectacle. It's worth noting that while many depart with a sighting under their belt, others leave empty-handed, only increasing the allure and unpredictability of the phenomenon. These lights, be they spirits of old alien beacons, natural geological occurrences, or something else entirely, are a testament to the wonders that our world, even in its most familiar corners, can still surprise us with. In conclusion, the Brown Mountain Lights stand as a brilliant enigma atop North Carolina's landscapes. Their unpredictable dance invites wonder, speculation, and a deep respect for the mysteries that the natural world still holds in store for us. Whether one is a steadfast believer or a curious skeptic, Brown Mountain's luminous display remains a must-see phenomenon, an enduring puzzle awaiting its solution.
The Ghost of M Thurman. A tale from Logan, West Virginia, June 22, 1932. Logan, West Virginia is a town nestled in the picturesque Appalachian Mountains, known for its coal mining history and tight-knit community. Yet, beneath its serene beauty lies a haunting tale that has persisted for almost a century. On June 22, 1932, a grisly incident would forever change the narrative of this quiet town. Mamie Thurman, a resident of Logan, met with a brutal fate that day. Her murder case, steeped in mystery, remains unsolved to this day. And as if the weight of an unsolved crime wasn't heavy enough, the hills around Logan whisper another chilling story. The tale of the ghost of Mamie Thurman. The newspaper archives of the time detail the horrifying state in which Mamie's life was cruelly snuffed out. Her body was found discarded in the hills, bearing the brutal marks of her attacker. The community was aghast. In a town where everyone knew everyone, the notion that one among them could commit such a heinous crime was unsettling. Investigations were conducted, suspicions were cast, and theories were bandied about. Yet the shroud of uncertainty never lifted, and the murderer's identity remained concealed in the shadows. As the years rolled on, the shock of Mamie's death evolved into a legend. The tangible details of her life and the real terror of her death gave way to the spectral tales that the winds of Logan now carried. Locals began to report eerie encounters around the hills where Mamie's body was discovered. Some claimed to have seen a shadowy figure resembling Mamie, wandering aimlessly, her eyes filled with a longing for justice. Others spoke of hearing unexplained footsteps behind them when walking those trails, only to turn around and find no one in sight. On particularly silent nights, the sorrowful cries of a woman could be heard echoing through the valleys, a voice that many believed belonged to Mamie herself. The spectral encounters grew so frequent that it became common knowledge among Logan residents to avoid the hills after dark. Young children were cautioned with the tale of Mamie's ghost as a means to ensure their return home before nightfall. Elders would share their own experiences, each narrative more spine-chilling than the last, often accompanied by the age-old warning, "Respect the dead, for they too once lived." These haunting tales might have remained confined within Logan, a local legend whispered among its residents, if not for the age of the internet. As years turned into decades, the ghostly legend of Mamie Thurman found its way onto online forums and digital platforms. True crime enthusiasts, ghost hunters, and those curious about the supernatural began to delve into the mystery. Many traveled to Logan, hoping to catch a glimpse of the spectral figure or to experience the haunting cries that the locals had spoken of. Books were penned detailing both the factual aspects of Mamie's life and murder, and the supernatural tales that had emerged in its aftermath. These accounts breathed new life into the legend, ensuring that the tragic tale of Mamie Thurman would not fade into the annals of forgotten history. Her story became a poignant reminder of the fragility of life, the mysteries that often remain unsolved, and the echoes that those departed can leave behind. Today, as one wanders the picturesque streets of Logan or treks through its captivating hills, the air is thick with history and lore. The trees, standing tall and ancient, seem to whisper tales of yore, and somewhere among them, the legend of Mamie Thurman, both the living woman who once graced the town with her presence and the ghostly apparition she is believed to have become, continues to live on. Though the tangible evidence of Mamie's life may have withered away, her legacy persists. Whether one believes in the ghostly tales or views them as mere legends, there's no denying that the story of Mamie Thurman, her untimely death, and the spectral echoes she left behind will forever be intertwined with the very fabric of Logan, West Virginia.
The Ghost of the Greenbrier Hotel, 1945, a haunting tale from White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, nestled amidst the pristine landscapes of White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, stands the historic Greenbrier Hotel. This grand establishment, with its luxurious accommodations and storied past, attracts countless guests each year. Yet some come not for the sumptuous amenities or the scenic surroundings, but for a more mysterious allure, the tale of a ghostly visitor named Kate. The legend of Kate's ghost dates back to the mid-20th century. Although there are many versions of her story, a common thread persists. Kate was once a guest at the Greenbrier and, for reasons unknown, her spirit never left the property. Over the years, tales of her spectral presence have sent shivers down the spines of staff and guests alike. Guests began reporting bizarre happenings shortly after World War II. Initially, the accounts were often brushed aside as mere figments of tired minds or the products of overly active imaginations. But as the frequency of these accounts grew, so did their credibility. Many individuals, entirely unaware of the legend of Kate, described eerily similar encounters. Some spoke of strange noises in the corridors, soft footsteps in the dead of night when no one was around, faint whispers that seemed to emanate from nowhere. Others described the chilling sensation of being watched, only to turn and find no one there. Yet it was the reports of shadowy figures that truly captured the public's imagination. Guests would often recount waking up in the middle of the night, their rooms bathed in the soft glow of the moonlight, only to see a shadowy silhouette standing by their beds. The figure would stand motionless, its features indistinguishable, save for a vague feminine form. Moments later, it would vanish into thin air, leaving the witnesses in a state of shock and disbelief. Among the most unsettling accounts were those involving physical manifestations. On multiple occasions, guests claimed to have felt a gentle caress on their faces or a soft tug on their bed covers, only to wake up and find no one there. One particular account stands out. A woman, vacationing with her family, woke up to find her young daughter conversing with an invisible entity. When questioned, the child innocently remarked that she was chatting with the lady who had told her stories from a time long ago. The staff at the Greenbrier Hotel, although accustomed to these tales, were not immune to these uncanny experiences. Many housekeepers and night shift workers shared tales of doors opening and closing on their own, lights flickering without reason, and even glimpses of the elusive figure of Kate in old-fashioned clothing wandering the halls. Over time, the legend of the ghost of the Greenbrier Hotel became so intertwined with the establishment's identity that it began drawing paranormal enthusiasts from all over. Investigators armed with electronic voice phenomena, EVP recorders, infrared cameras, and other ghost-hunting equipment descended on the hotel, eager to catch a glimpse of Kate or communicate with her spirit. Some claimed to have captured evidence while others left empty-handed, but all were captivated by the enduring mystery of Kate's restless spirit. Theories abound regarding Kate's identity and why her spirit continues to haunt the Greenbrier. Some believe she was a guest who met an untimely end within the hotel's walls and now roams the corridors, seeking justice or closure. Others posit that she's drawn to the place because of an unfinished business or a deep attachment to the hotel from her lifetime. While the truth behind the haunting remains elusive, one thing is certain: the legend of the ghost of the Greenbrier Hotel has solidified its place in the annals of American ghost lore. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, a visit to this historic establishment promises not only luxury and relaxation, but also a brush with the unknown, a chance to encounter the enigmatic spirit of Kate.
The Legend of Spearfinger, a haunting tale from the Cherokee. High in the rugged terrain of the Appalachian Mountains, a tale as old as time is whispered among the trees. The land, rich in history and heritage, is home to many myths and legends, each echoing the vibrant culture and traditions of the indigenous Cherokee people. One such story, both haunting and mystifying, is that of Spearfinger, a malevolent witch whose very name chills the bones of those who hear it. The Appalachian Mountains are a vast stretch of wilderness, rife with countless secrets and tales. It's a place where the wind whispers ancient stories and where the misty fog conceals the unseen. Long before modern civilization set its foot on these lands, the Cherokee people called it home. In the heart of their territory, amidst the serene beauty of nature, lurked a dark presence, Spearfinger. Spearfinger, or Utlunta in the Cherokee language, was not your ordinary witch. Her most terrifying feature was a long stone-like finger, sharp as a spear, from which she derived her name. This finger wasn't just an appendage, it was her weapon, her tool of deceit and death. With this finger, she would stealthily cut out the livers of her unsuspecting victims, and her preferred prey, the innocent children of the Cherokee tribes. What made Spearfinger even more fearsome was her ability to shapeshift. This allowed her to seamlessly blend into her surroundings, taking on the appearance of family members or familiar faces. Imagine a child, lulled into a sense of security by the presence of a loved one, only to realize too late that the face they recognized concealed a deadly menace. Stories recount how she would wander the lands, her haunting lullabies echoing through the mountains, drawing children towards her. With a deceptive charm, she would lure them, and with a swift move of her stony finger, their fate was sealed. The liver, in Cherokee beliefs, was the source of life, the seat of one's power and essence. By consuming their livers, Spearfinger not only took away their lives, but absorbed their vitality. For generations, the Cherokee people lived in fear of this menacing witch. Parents would warn their children, and guards would be set up to keep a watchful eye. The elders would recite tales of her deceit, urging the young ones to be cautious and to always travel in groups. Rituals and protective charms were employed to ward off her evil presence. Yet, as with many legends, the tale of Spearfinger was not merely one of fear and trepidation. It was also a story of resilience, courage, and community. Despite the looming threat of the witch, the Cherokee people remained united. They leaned on each other for support and strength, drawing from their collective wisdom to protect the young and vulnerable. Over time, the legend also served as a metaphorical reminder of the external threats the Cherokee faced, urging them to be vigilant and unified against any adversity. The legend of Spearfinger, while rooted in the rich tapestry of Cherokee folklore, has transcended time and has found its place in modern retellings. Today, it is not just a tale of a witch and her malevolent pursuits, but a reflection of a community's spirit and resilience. It serves as a stark reminder of the challenges the Cherokee faced, the threats they braved, and the unyielding spirit with which they protected their kin. The Appalachian Mountains, with their timeless beauty, continue to echo with tales from the past. The winds still carry the whispers of Spearfinger's haunting lullabies. The trees still stand as silent witnesses to her treachery, and the rivers flow with stories of bravery and unity. As one traverses these lands, they can't help but feel the weight of history, the magic of legends, and the indomitable spirit of the Cherokee people. In the end, the legend of Spearfinger is not just a story of fear, but a testament to the enduring human spirit, the power of community, and the age-old battle between good and evil. As the sun sets over the Appalachian Mountains and the shadows grow long, one can almost hear the echoes of ancient chants, warning of Spearfinger but also celebrating the strength and unity of a people who refuse to be defeated. The ghostly Civil War soldiers of Tallyho Road from the 1860s to the present. Deep within the heart of Stem, North Carolina, lies an enigmatic stretch of road, named Tallyho Road, that carries with it tales from a bygone era, an era soaked in blood and cries of war. For more than a century and a half, travelers on this winding path have experienced encounters that chill their bones and challenge the very nature of reality. The phantom Confederate soldiers who seemingly continue to march from the grave. The Civil War, which raged between 1861 and 1865, was a tumultuous period in American history. The battles and bloodshed left scars across the nation, both physical and metaphorical. Stem, North Carolina, was not untouched by the horrors of war. While no major battles took place directly on Tallyho Road, skirmishes and troop movements occurred nearby, making it plausible that soldiers once traversed or camped along its path. Tales of ghostly apparitions began to emerge decades after the war ended. The first accounts were from local residents who, under the cloak of night, would hear the unmistakable sound of marching feet, rhythmic and ceaseless. These initial encounters gave way to more vivid sightings. Travelers, whether on horseback or in the earliest automobiles, reported glimpsing spectral figures dressed in tattered Confederate uniforms. These ghostly soldiers seemed to be on an endless march, bound to the earth by some unseen force, perhaps driven by a sense of duty, remorse, or the sheer will to carry on. One particularly harrowing account comes from a resident in the early 1900s. He was returning home late at night when he heard the soft hum of a song, a melancholic tune from the Civil War era. Following the sound, he was met with a surreal sight. A platoon of soldiers, their outlines faintly glowing, marching in tight formation. As he watched, spellbound, the figures slowly faded away, leaving him in utter disbelief. With the passage of time, the sightings became more varied and detailed. There were reports of ghostly sentries standing guard on the edges of the road, their eyes hollow but watchful. Others have told of feeling an icy hand on their shoulder, a breath on their neck, or the sensation of being followed only to turn around and find nothing. Many skeptics argue that these tales are merely products of overactive imaginations, fueled by the eerie ambience of the secluded road. Tallyho Road, lined with ancient trees, can be especially dark and quiet at night, allowing the mind to wander and craft tales from shadows and sounds. Others believe that the stories have been exaggerated over the years, passed down like a game of telephone, where each retelling adds another layer of drama. However, for believers, the apparitions on Tallyho Road serve as poignant reminders of a past that refuses to be forgotten. Theories abound as to why these soldiers still roam the land. Some say they are searching for comrades they lost in battle, while others believe they are trapped in a loop, forever reliving their final march. Spiritualists and paranormal investigators have been drawn to the road, trying to communicate with the spirits or understand the energy that binds them to this earthly realm. For the residents of STEM and those familiar with the tales, the road has become a symbol of the town's rich history and the sacrifices made during the Civil War. The ghostly soldiers of Tallyho Road are not just relics of a bygone era, but a living testament to the resilience of memory and the enduring power of the human spirit. Today, whether you're a skeptic or a believer, a drive down Tallyho Road, especially on a misty evening, is sure to evoke a sense of wonder, curiosity, and perhaps even fear. The tales of the ghostly Confederate soldiers have become an indelible part of the lore of STEM, North Carolina, a reminder that history, in some mysterious ways, may never truly be left behind.